And we're back with something fresh for you to peel your eyes on. This is the first video of many in a brand new series I am calling Road to Mythic. I have given myself a bit of a challenge. I've set myself a Magic the Gathering challenge to make it to Mythic this season. I haven't made it to Mythic before. Shame. But this is the turning point, and I'm going to use this as a little bit of a training, prepping for next season, because I think next season's where I properly want to launch the channel. It's going to be a big reset on everybody's decks, so I want to try and utilize that time to really do really good in my season, next season, but also be gunning as much as I can to bring out original decks. So I'm going to sort of focus a little bit on still doing my deck techs that I have been doing, or my little jank banks, but I also want to do a little sub-series, and I think this could be fun. It could be something different, and, you know, not 30-minute videos and deck techs. It's just sort of one deck. I'll sort of ride it through a whole rank. I'll try and make this deck get me to gold, you know. And if I get to gold and lose some matches, then I might change it. But basically, it's just going to be, you know, 1 or 2 matches, and you can just sort of keep up to date with my journey if you're keen. So I just thought, you know, bring it to your attention. This just little intro, little announcement about it. So expect this folder to be pretty full pretty soon, because, you know, I'm enjoying this deck a lot. And I will do a deck tech, and it will be straight after this. Alright, welcome to my first deck tech for the Road to Mythic. This is the deck I'm deciding to run all the way up to gold if I can, and maybe see how far it gets me in gold. This is a deck I really enjoyed running and piloting when M20 first dropped, and I thought I'll just give this a go because A, it's really fun, but B, it's something I haven't seen anyone running for a while. It was a hot ticket for a while, and then it just got dropped, you know, so I feel because it's unseen, it's harder to deal with. Even though people know what it's doing, there's a few little tricks up the sleeve here, and I'll get to them. So what do we got here? Self-sacrifice, and I think the name is sort of describing a couple of things there. You're sacrificing, but you're also making them sacrifice. So the whole idea is just sacrifice for everybody. Our priest is an obvious sacrifice. That's kind of the whole build. The priest with the Chandra, so, you know, if you got the priest down, you drop the Chandra, and then there's 2 straight away for you to sacrifice, draw a card, do 2 damage. Amazing. And they have to sacrifice a creature, which can also trigger a Mayhem Devil. So this is going to be great, because whenever they sacrifice something, it's going to get damage, and we're going to force them to sacrifice a bunch of times with the Triumph and the Rampage, and then our priest. You know, it's just going to keep going. We have Judith because we want to have our creatures a bit bigger if we do want to attack. And we also have Theatre of Horrors. I would have more of these in there, side note. But this is just amazing for this deck. Absolutely amazing for this deck. It's just going to pull all these cards off the top and keep them safely tucked away. And then as soon as you get one trigger with the priest, you're going to put a land down, put down another, whatever. You're going to have the 2 land from the priest. It just works wonders. The Pirate's Pillage and the Wily Goblin are in here for a very specific reason. That's for ramp. So if we can keep the token from the Wily Goblin and then Pirate's Pillage and keep those 2 tokens, then by turn 5 we can cast our Captive Audience. So that's kind of our goal, you know, in a sense. That the angle is, this isn't going to win us the game, but it kind of is a checkmate move if we can get to mid-game and been clearing their creatures and getting any kind of chip damage in. This is almost a checkmate. So we have our Demanding Dragon. This is also going to force them to sacrifice or take 5, plus put a flyer in the air. And then our Tome of the Guild Pack. This is actually another wonder worker for the deck, because as you notice, we've got so many multicolored spells that you're drawing lots of cards off this, plus it's ramp for any color, which is really handy. And the last card is the Torgar. This guy is going to come down on turn 4. That's just what's going to happen. Basically, you have the Chandra, make the 2 tokens, and then you sacrifice the 2 tokens to bring him out. Voila. They go to 10, or you can target yourself and bring your life total back up to 10 if they've been hitting in. But as you see in most of the games that I play, it actually, I don't take much damage from the opponent at all. Like, I think there's 1 or 2 matches where I do, but most of the time I'm at a sweet 20 for the whole ride, and they're just dealing with this monstrosity. And that's something that I've noticed. They put something down, it gets sacrificed. That gets down, it gets sacrificed. We put something down, and then we let them let something stick of theirs, and then they have to sacrifice it. So it just keeps happening, and by the time we get to turn 4 and 5, put down these big Torgars and demanding dragons, it just feels like it's pretty much over. And then if at some point after that we drop this, I'm pretty sure it's a scoop. So I'm pretty confident with this deck. I think it's gonna do some good work. It's gonna get me some wins. Let me know if there's any cards that I am not seeing. The biggest card I'm on the fence about is the Triumph, Liliana's Triumph, mainly because, you know, I could just have a removal, and giving them a choice of removal, it kind of sucks, and that's all of our removal. That's the sucky part. But if you can get it in early, that's the best and most value. And oh yeah, I forgot the last card. This one is the turning point for this deck. This is what the little secret is that changes this whole priest combo deck. Basically, this is going to just nab one of the creatures we've made them sacrifice, put it on our side, buff it by 2, give it haste and attacking, and then sacrifice itself. So there's been games where I grab flyer, make it something stupid in the air, attack, and then when it sacrifices I get 2 triggers from having 2 devils out. This thing just does stupid work. So you'll see why. But I think that's enough chin flapping about this. The lands are pretty much as you see. You probably have better ones. I have included Mobile District to feed the priest if we need, but that's pretty much about it. So enjoy the matches, enjoy the journey. Let's get to gold. We're at silver tier 2, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's get playing.